The bad habit of comparing yourself to others. Someone might tell you, don't compare yourself to others. Without giving reasons, this is just as valuable advice as, for example, be yourself, or, more confidence. It probably won't help you at all. Why shouldn't you compare yourself to anyone else? One of the reasons is because there is always someone better than you. If you constantly compare your own life with the lives of others, you will inevitably find more and more successful people, and your self-esteem will suffer from this. You can buy a nice car to brag to your neighbor, but the next day it turns out that the guy from next door has outdone you. And if 6 months later you buy a new car, suddenly it turns out that the son of your friends has made millions on his startup on the web and now drives a Koenigsegg supercar to school. One of the main reasons we compare ourselves to others is our need for approval. I think this need is a big obstacle to personal growth and a happy life. We want our neighbors, friends, etc. said, have you seen his new car, pool, shoes? Cool. He's making tremendous progress. The problem is that in anticipation of a positive evaluation, you allow others to control your feelings. It's bad when you save up for a new car. Everything is fine when you finally bought it. And again, everything is bad when you see that someone bought a better car. It's like being a puppet, letting other people pull the strings. They restrict your movements as well as your life. You seem to be moving, but it is the threads that determine in which direction. How to find this inner freedom? The key to reducing the need for approval is to not take positive or negative feedback to heart. They are interconnected, because if you do not crave approving exclamations, you will not worry if you do not receive them. When you embark on this path, which will require patience, because your self-esteem can often remind you that it is so nice to receive approval, you will realize that neither of these reviews matters. Only the value you give them. You are what you think of yourself, and the world as a whole is what you imagine it to be. Another way to break free is through radical, decisive action. For example, start riding your bike to work instead of your car. This can cause misunderstanding and quickly take you out of your comfort zone. For the first time leaving the comfort zone, you feel uncomfortable, but then you get used to it, and this inconvenience passes. After trying this method, you will find that people do not think about you as often as you thought. Most likely, they are preoccupied with their own problems and what others may think of them. Or you'll notice a positive impact you've made. Perhaps next week you won't be the only one cycling into the office. A third path I recently discovered on Eckhart Tolle's DVD, The Flowering of Human Consciousness. When you feel something you don't like needing someone's approval, don't fight that feeling. Don't try to drive him away. It can only intensify and confuse you even more. On the contrary, accept this feeling. Tell him yes. Relax and let him in. Observe your feeling without judging it. If you do this, in a minute or two something magical will happen, the feeling will simply disappear. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but it's worth a try. Interestingly, when you do not need the approval of others, when you stop comparing yourself to them, you have more inner freedom to do what you want. You begin to see great opportunities that weren't there before. Don't beat yourself up too much if you suddenly want approval again. Try again, and step by step you will change for the better.